Perfect. We're done.
Hey, we're on.
We're all waiting. We're all waiting. All right. I'm going to start again. Although it looks like I've got a glow on the back of my head, doesn't it? Hang on. Sorry, people. So let's go. Welcome to Engine Room Chat. Eventually, sorry that's taken us a while, but we had some technical issues. I don't know what they were. Anyway, I'm going to say hello to Jeff from Philip Jeff channel. From Sol, I'm going to go down there. Sol from Barely Floating, and Dave from Narrow Boat Changing Pace. And I remembered all the names. And me from A House Full of Meanings. Happy Dave. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to change the format just a little bit. We're going to go around, see what everyone's been up to since last month. We're out on the cut, so we're going to keep it as short as we can and answer as many questions as we can. If anyone finds us, I'm sure they will. Anyway, and then we're going to talk about some subjects, some narrowboat subjects that we'll get to in between. And then at the end, we'll go around, answer any questions, and just ask everybody what they're doing for the next month coming up. So we're going to start on the other way around this time. We're going to go to Dave first.
Ooh.
So what have you been up to, Dave?
What have I been up to? Well, I'm actually on holiday this week, so I'm enjoying a week on the boat with Louise. We hadn't done a lot of boating up to now, but we came from the Shropper down onto the Staff and Worcestershire, Unger left, and went up the Wolverhampton 21 on Sunday, and the weather was great. We had one minor hiccup in one at locks. We picked up a spare fender in prop, but other than that, it were eventless days cruising. We moored up in a retail park just near Wednesfield, and I had my BSS done this morning. Which
did you?
Yes. Which unfortunately I failed. Or we failed.
No way.
Not on a lot, but just on a mainly around the gas system.
Right.
One is gas lockers are not deep enough for the bottles, so the vent on the actual bottle sits above the top of the locker. Even though I've got a cover on top, it's not airtight. So he's cribbed that. The hose that connects the bottle to the copper pipe is apparently not gas approved pipe.
Right.
It's been on there since the boat was built, and this is the fourth BSS, so he's the first one that picked that up. But that's
Right.
a quick change. And the new boiler that I put in, the new AL boiler that I put in, I've kinked the copper pipe where it goes into bottom of boiler, and he says it's too much of a kink to pass. He says it's stressed the pipe. So what he's got to do, or what I've got to do, is where it comes along and into the boiler, it's sort of like a 90-degree corner. And he says what I've tried to do is bend the pipe into sharper corner, and it's actually kinked the pipe instead of just bending it. He says, so just cut it off there and get a 90-degree compression joint and put that in.
Right.
So that's the jobs I've got to do. He was very helpful, the guy, and I got his number. He boated past us when we were at Norbury Junction, and he's on his boat. He got BSS examiner and his phone number on top of the boat. So I took a photo of it and phoned him up, and he were quite good. So he's come up with a couple of ideas of what I can do to solve the gas locker issue. One is to put like a round tube around the outside of the gas bottle with an hole in the bottom of the tube, and so long as the tube's above the top, the inlet for the gas bottle, as long as that's below the top of the tube, he says that'll pass. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. But
so am I getting that right? So you're basically, where your inlet is to your boat, it's got to be, your gas bottle's got to be lower than that.
yes, it's got to be below the level of the gas locker.
Right.
And this hasn't been picked up on previous BSSs. So I was a bit concerned about that. But when I first built the boat, the gas lockers were really deep. They were more than deep enough for a 13 kilogram gas bottle. But the first bloke that did it, when I built the boat, said you can't have the bottom of the gas locker below the water level of the boat because there's nowhere for the gas to go out of. And he says that's not true. He says you can have your gas bottle sitting in water so long as you've got an outlet above the water level. You can have your gas bottle actually sitting below the water level, because so long as there's water allowed into gas locker. So I had a plate welded in above the water level so that the gas bottle sat higher. And he says, nah, you didn't need to do that. So I've got two choices. I can either make this sleeve to sit over my gas bottle, or I can cut the plate out of the bottom of this false bottom. I can cut that out, drop the gas bottle lower, but it says you must have, it says if ever you're banked or sat where the water level can drop, it says you've got to have a drain hole at the bottom of the tank. So getting an hole through side at boat while it's underwater is going to be a bit difficult. You know what I mean? So I think
can't you get smaller gas bottles, Dave?
Pardon?
Can't you get smaller gas bottles?
The only gas bottle that I could get smaller is the 3.5 kilogram one, which is tiny, which would go
through. 8
kilo
not bigger? Is the 8 kilo not smaller?
No, it's I actually borrowed one off Paul and Tasha, a 6 kilogram one, and that's still too tall.
Oh, is it? Bloody hell! Yeah, the free ones won't last very long, will they? The little ones.
Nah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to revert back to his 13 kilogram bottle, buy a sleeve or get a sleeve made up at work that'll sit over the top of it. And when we next have the boat out of the water for blacking, I'm going to cut the bottom of the false bottom of the gas locker out, and drop the whole thing.
Right.
And then I can get an all through side while it's out of water.
Yeah, I've just seen Dale. Dale said, I'll just show it on the bottom. Dale said that is because you know his gas bottle. his gas bottle sit in water when the water tank is full?
Yeah,
It must be
it's-
quite low then. His slots must be really low.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's yeah,
Yeah, so
Mm.
that pans out what this bloke said.
yeah.
And also, the other thing it failed on is that we haven't got a carbon monoxide
Have you not?
sensor. No. And he said that won't have been picked up before because it only became a regulation on the BSS a year ago.
Really?
So we have got one on board somewhere, but
But it's
we've
somewhere.
never used it.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I've got to get one of them, change the pipe, sort out this sleeve, and get some.
Do you have to
Gas.
get him back out again? Do you have to get him back out
Yes.
again?
Yeah, he's got to come back out because he says he hasn't done a gas leak test because all the problems were with the gas system. He says it's pointless doing that if I've got to check I've got to mess about with gas system anyway. So he says it's
Yeah.
pointless. He'll do it when he comes back.
Yeah. Dale said just fit a smaller bottle for the inspection. Just
Oh,
put a
look, no.
3.5 kilo in the bottom of the
Yeah.
Yeah,
keep an empty one in the back. Just throw it in when you got your BSS.
Yeah.
it's a cheat though, isn't it? I'd rather have it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'd rather sort it and be safe.
yeah.
But it were very helpful. He weren't panicky or anything, and he was sat there and he was trying to come up with it. Were him who come up with a solution of putting a sleeve over a gas bottle.
Yeah.
So it were very helpful.
Good.
And he also cribbed as an advisory that our landline, where the plug where landline comes into, it's wrong type. It's a female and it should be a male.
Oh, really?
And I said I'd done that on purpose. So when I made the cable up, it were two females, so that nobody could nick it. It were no good to anybody, and nobody could plug their cable into our socket.
Right.
So that was done on purpose. But he's the only one that's said that it's the wrong side, the wrong type.
Right.
But he says that's only an advisory. He says I'll put it down on my list. You're aware of it. Both safety people are aware of it.
Yeah.
It's up to you whether you carry on with it like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he does a free retest. He says when you've got work done, just give me a bell, and he said all I'll charge is my fuel for coming out.
Right. That's all right then. That's not too bad.
No.
That's so that's quite a busy month, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I've got to do in next 2 or 3 weeks. I want to get it done in next 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. But
Uh,
that's it. So is that you,
that's us up to now.
up to now? Excellent.
We've just moved away from where we were moored because we were in a retail park outside of a pub last night for easy access for this bloke to get us, and we've moved up Ryan Essington Canal just a couple of hours this afternoon up to Snide Junction.
Right. Yeah.
So
just
that's
so you
us.
can get choosing. Yeah. Yeah. I just said narrow boat. I can't say it. Hey, is it Hakuna Matata? I get it now. He used a double. He said a double female lead. What a great idea to put people off.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a cool. Right. Okay then, Dave. Well, that's all right. Thanks for that. That was a good bit of footage there with all the BSS stuff. So we'll in fact we'll go to Sol, because Sol didn't say anything last. He's got 2 months worth. because last we couldn't hear him last month. He kept breaking up. So
Yeah, can you get me
if you want to, if you want to go, Sol.
No,
Oh.
sure.
Dave's gone all together. He's like clicked off.
Yeah, he's done one. Yeah,
He's
he's
going to rejoin in a minute. You carry on anyway, Sol.
yeah, we got stuck at Glass and Dock 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks. We were 16.
You're doing Norman Collier again, Sol.
Oh, no, again. Sure.
I think it's better when you. I think it's better when you're close. It's like your mic's clicking in and out. No,
Oh dear.
lips moving, nothing coming out. Hang on, let me just let Dave back in. Hang on.
Just
Hang on. Sol's doing his Norman Collier impression. I'm not sure.
Again?
Yeah, it must be your microphone.
again. I think it is. I'm trying to figure out where it. Where is it?
You got a bit of rice in it or something.
No idea how it works.
Are you on a laptop?
Fate. Yeah.
It'll be a little hole somewhere. There'll be one little hole on the surface somewhere.
Yeah.
No.
Give us a minute. I'll try and sort.
Oh, we'll go to Jeff then. We'll go to Jeff while you try and have a play with it. Have a look, see if there's something stuck in it or anyway. Go on then, Jeff. You go, mate.
What we've been up to? We brought the boat back from our holiday. No, he's making a lot of noise. Did he stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we brought it back to our mooring.
Yeah.
We ain't really done anything. I've been working, as you know. Unlike Dale, of course, because Dale's retired. I don't know if you knew that or not. But I've had to work.
Oh, yes, Dale.
Yeah,
I had heard.
But no, we haven't. You know, as we say, we had that fortnight out on the boat. Never touched wood. Never missed a beat. I'm going to change the oil in it because we've done 100 and something miles and 100 and something locks. So, yeah, it's good as gold. No problems to report at all, really.
And did you have? Yeah, it's hours, isn't it? It's usually about 200 hours cruising isn't it, to change your
I'm
oil.
not quite sure the oil I put in it last time. I got it off that wide beam boat that goes along the canal, sells stuff, and
Right.
I don't think it's the right oil because once you start it up, she takes a little while for the buzzer to go off.
Oh,
So
what,
I'm
for
going
the
to
oil buzzer.
Yeah, I'm going to change it, put it back on the other stuff I'll use. So going
Yeah.
to do that weekend. We're going on it this weekend, do a few jobs.
Yeah.
We're talking about putting a washing machine on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't know whether to put it next to the sink because obviously that'd be easiest because the water and
drain
electric's that side and the exit's that side. So it might be take the cupboard out and put the washing machine in one of the cupboards and then put a cupboard the other side to make up for the one we lose.
You're talking about putting a proper washing machine in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a low wattage one or
Well, I talked to Dale. Dale reckons he's just got a normal household, just cold water one.
I
What
think
is
it
he
just
doing
depends
now?
on your I'll turn him down a little bit. There you go. It depends on your inverter, doesn't it? Or I suppose unless you run it off of the generator.
Well, I have to look into it. It's just something we thought about doing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Apart from that, mate, I'd say just been working. Just
Been working hard.
Yeah, we're going on it this weekend. As I say, I bought a little fuse box, a car fuse box where I put a few auxiliaries in. I want to put a proper fuse box in there, in the battery. So I bought one of them. It was only £7. Keep past that. We got that fuse box. I'll show you. So yeah, just to tidy the wires up really, because all I've done is put 2 spade connectors on a fuse.
Right.
So we're just smarting it up a bit. So it was only £7. She's got to get it, bring it here quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, I put one in Nutshell actually. When I did day back in.
It comes with all the terminals.
Yeah, and cut little cover.
Yeah, it comes with a cover, fuses, terminals.
There you go.
It's only a little thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah.
Screw it to the wall. Put your wires each side and put a fuse in it. Comes with
Yeah.
all the fuses, connectors. Yeah, just tidy it up a bit in there. Try and tidy it up.
Yeah, well,
But yeah.
washing machine would be an interesting project to do, mate.
Yeah. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, so that's the idea. Take one of the cupboards out next to the sink. As long as we
Yeah.
can get one that goes in it, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
a problem. And then we'll put the washing machine in there and move the cupboard over the other side.
That you know what you can. That'll be a YouTube video.
You've got to plumb the washing machine across the boat, otherwise.
Yeah.
Because obviously all the water's that side, so it'll be
That'd
easier.
be a YouTube video waiting to happen.
Yeah, as long as it didn't leak, it'll be fine.
Installing your cooker.
Yeah.
Not
But,
cooker,
yeah.
sorry, washing machine. Washing machine.
Washing machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, no, not a lot. Just
Cool.
don't get enough time, mate.
No, not if you've been working that hard.
Yeah, flat out.
Need to
Man.
retire, mate.
Yeah, I do. I'm not used to it. I ain't been used to working flat out like that for ages. Long days, man. Long days.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It is a
that's
long
it.
day. That's
Try Soul again
that's
now.
you,
Oh, where's he gone now?
Should we see if Soul's back?
Oh, there he is.
Here he is. Here he
Can
is.
you hear me now?
Aye.
Still breaking up.
No,
No, he's
Still breaking up.
Is he?
I'm gonna come.
he's gonna what?
Can you do side language?
What did you say? No,
Okay.
he's
He's
gone
gone.
all together. He's gone all together now. He's gone. I'll carry on anyway. And if he comes back, maybe he's going to change. I think it's his microphone on his computer. Because he's at home. He's at his house at the moment, so obviously the signal should be good, shouldn't it? So
Yeah.
not sure what's going on there, but
You might try and get on his
Anyway.
phone.
yeah. I'll if he joins, I'll bring him back in and we'll go to him. I'll run through what we've been up to. So since we last spoke, I've carried on trying to make the cover for the boat, and I must admit, it's been a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I took it down. I took it over there, and I put all the ringlets in, and what I did for now, I've just turned the material in, put the ringlet in, because you need to keep going back to the boat, obviously, and I can't take the sewing machine and everything to the boat because there's nowhere really to do it there. So I've actually put all the rings in to see how it lines up, and then I was going to sew it off, just sew the edges after. But I must admit, it's because the bloke that used to do that, I've seen do it before. He used to take his van there and he used to do it in the back of his van. He'd literally sew it up and make it in the back of his van to fit, and I can see why they do that, because it's easier to keep going backwards and forwards to make sure it fits. It just didn't. I know it's good. It will go on there. I am doing it. It will go on. I did spend a good couple of hours down there trying to get it to fit. It's on. It's got all its holes. I've just got to literally sew around the edges because the edges is sold back. Hang on, because the edges are not square. It's so look. He's not even straight now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, you just have to be like that, I think.
You've turned him down, though, didn't you?
No, I turned.
Before you turned down, he was making that noise.
Hang on a second. No, he's on. Let me turn him. He's still there? I can't hear him at all. I can't hear him at all now. Hang on. Let's just see if I've.
Has he turned his mic off?
There's nothing there at all, Sol, now. I can't hear you at all.
It's freezed
I
as well.
think technical just way back. Are you on your phone, Sol? Just nod or shake your head.
No,
Is he
it's
frozen?
up.
It's froze.
Oh, I'll carry on. We're not having much luck. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, I'm going to give that another go when in the next few weeks. Go back down when we're back from away, because obviously we're away in the boat at the moment. And what else? What other jobs did I do? I've had a look. I don't think the wiring's right in our boat. We seem to have the fact that I have to take a wire off the battery every time we leave just doesn't seem right on its own. And I've got to trace back the wires to the alternators. I mean, it's showing power getting through to about 13.8 volts when you turn the 13.9 volts when you turn the engine onto the batteries. Would that be about right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Does it? And it does charge them up. But it just seems the fact I've got to disconnect this battery because it's got a drain on it. I don't know what. I've got to have a look at it and see what. And also broke. Oh, let me see. Sol's back. Hang on. You there? Can you hear us, Sol? Is anybody in? No, he's gone.
Serious.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna do, because I need to make a new battery box anyway. So I'm gonna take it all out and just check all the wiring through the whole lot. I'm still not convinced on the split charger thing, but there's not a lot I can do about that, because I just don't think our engine, when we're going along under load, when you put the Sol's back again. Let me try him once more. Hang on. Are you there, Sol?
No, he's not.
No sound. He's shaking his head. He's gone. We couldn't write it, could we? We couldn't make we could anyway. So yeah, it's it all needs redoing and checking. To be honest, it's really messy, and I need to put on I've got a Sterling charger to fit, a bit the same as yours, Jeff.
Yeah.
The same I used to have in the old boat. I've got to fit that. And I've got to fit the exterior socket on it, because it's got no hookup. The way you have to get power to it is you have to bring a socket through into the boat and plug them directly in to unplug the inverter and plug it into a bit like what you used to have to do,
Yeah.
Jeff. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And you used to have to swap.
You could have it on the inverter charging the batteries up. So
Yeah.
And you can't even do. Yeah, you can't have the inverter on. On mine, you can't even have the inverter on. You have to literally plug it into the mains. So
yeah, as you know, I just put that big switch. It's either off, shoreline, or inverter.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. It's all going to be part of the refit of the back cabin, to be honest with you. I've and definitely get this, definitely get the wiring sorted out once and for all. I know it had to have some wiring work when we bought it, but the other thing it's been doing, I don't know if I said, I did a little bit of research on the gearbox.
Yeah.
So you remember it's a Herf gearbox.
Yeah.
And Dave, you were a bit like, oh, Herf gearbox. It's I read up on it, and they reckon you should change the fluid every 100 hours.
Now
on one of those. I know it's not a lot, is it? It's not long at all. That is. So if the guy did it, and he said the other thing I read as well, he said that a lot of people suck the fluid out with like a syringe type thing out of the top.
Yeah.
And he said you really need to get the bolt out underneath it, because the bolt underneath it is a magnetic bolt.
Yeah.
And he said the thread I read, it also said there'll be a lot of sludge in the bottom.
Yeah.
That will have built up over the years, and people suck it out the top, they never get it.
No.
So you put brand new fluid in it, and then it just sinks back to the bottom. Yeah, it's still got this crap in the bottom, and obviously still got the sorry, I've got some junk.
So what's actually wrong with it? Is it not going gear or something?
No, it does. What happens is it's random. It's you're randomly going along, and if you have to do a lot of backwards and forwards or slowing down or stuff, you just get a noise. It's like a pulsing noise, and it's like there's something around the prop, but there's not, because I checked it today.
You check your bolts and your prop shaft, because mine were all loose.
Were they? But then it stopped. Then it will stop. It's like balance.
Yeah.
I would almost say like balance, because then I will stop for 5 minutes, and then we'll start again, and it'll be absolutely fine.
Now, just check your bolts are tight, mate, because when I changed my oil on mine, when I started the engine up, I just happened to look, because the prop shaft turned slowly on tick over because of the drag of the engine. I thought, well, the bloody nuts are spinning round on the prop shaft. There was only one tight, even though they're line locks. So just check things like that before you condemn it all.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it's knackered. I think I'm going to do an oil change on it. There is some ATF oil with the boat in the back. I found it the other day. I don't suppose it takes that much, and it's only a small box, and I'm probably going to try and do it properly. But I was going to do it while we're out. But if I have any nightmares while we're out, it's probably not the best
the bolt out
time to do it.
Yeah,
it's what
tempting fate that.
Yeah, don't strip the bolt when you do it back up, because it'll be aluminium casing, I should think, with a steel bolt. Nip it up, but don't do it up tight.
Yeah, what, on the bottom?
On the bottom, yeah.
On the bottom.
Put a new copper washer on it.
Should have a gasket on it, I think.
Couple washers, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you there, Sol?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
yes.
I think we can. I don't think you're. But okay. Well, anyway, so that's what I've been up to, and that's what that's going to be my plan, which I'll catch up at the end, and we'll quickly go to Sol before he gets cut off or anything. Find out what he's been doing for the last year.
Yeah. Okay, so the glass and arm was so low we couldn't get out of it.
Right.
We only managed to move about 3 days ago, and it took me 6 hours to get up 2.5 miles up the 6 locks.
Really?
I went in the weed hatch about 10 times. I'm not kidding you.
Really?
And my weed hatch is one of the most awkward to get into.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
So I need an unsinkable weed hatch.
Really?
So I need to talk to Dave about that.
Yeah, Jesus.
But yeah, it's been a nightmare. I had such issues, and my exhaust has finally snapped. So it's a horrible ticking noise because it's so loud, and smoke in the engine room. So I've got the new bit that needs to get fitted. I've got all the fittings for that. And I decided I was going to change the stove glass because my stove glass had cracked, and ended up busting the lug off.
Oh,
So the glass, I've had to sort all that out. So anyway, we've managed it. I've got it back together today, but I've got bits and bobs to do. I need some new rope. I spoke to you, Glenn, about your rope, and
yeah.
Well, I found out now it's 9mm rope I need, so I'm going to go to Midland Chandler's and get some tomorrow.
Right. Louise is saying step back, Sol.
Can only say, that's it.
Can we not hear him now?
Can you hear me now? Can I still?
Yeah, could you see your beard?
Well, he's magnificent.
It is. It's a very beardy beard. So, so you got to go and get that. Can you fix the exhaust easy?
Yeah, I've got that little part that I bought at Craig.
Right.
So I just got to make sure that the flange goes on proper, and then I'm sorted.
Right. That was only a £5, wasn't it, or something?
Tenner, and it was a bargain.
Yeah, we're a bargain.
I've got it here.
Takes it to bed with him, look.
Yeah.
It's one I made earlier.
It's a teddy bear now.
Yeah.
So what bit did you buy for other end? The flange.
I've got a female to female fitting for the end, but I might need to have another flange here. I think it's a flange for the exhaust, and that screws in.
Yeah.
So that screws into the flange bit, and then hopefully we're all cooking with gas then.
Cool. I bet it's well noisy, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like I've dropped a spanner in there.
Does it?
Yeah, clacking and banging and all sorts. But
Oh.
it was I didn't do so bad. I think the coolant issue that I had has now gone away, because I mean that engine took a battering getting up the flight. We got 10 yards and the whole of the prop was clogged up. I cleared it all and then set off again, and immediately it clogged up again. It was just horrendous. And when I got to the top of the flight, they never guessed what was sat at the top of the flight. One of them weed things.
What?
So they're going down this week to clear all the weed out. I'm like, oh, should have waited till next week.
Yeah, you should have told them not to bother, Sol. I've done it.
It was horrendous. It was so thick, it was untrue. It's like cotton wool. So I don't know if you guys consider
green
getting
stuff,
one of those rope cutters.
green stuff.
We're all talking at once.
The what? Sorry.
I don't know if any of you have ever considered getting a weed cutter. You know, those rope cutters.
You've seen them?
No.
They're like a blade with a hook, aren't they? So you can pull it back and cut it.
Mm.
Yeah, when we was out, it didn't go in the weed at all. Once I had a racker in reverse a bit quick. Apart from that, it was fine.
Yeah, I tried all that.
Yeah. Did you?
So I'm going to get Dave to design me one of those unthinkable weed hatches, so I can just open the lid and dive down the back.
Just go.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
So you back on the are you back on the Lancaster now?
Yeah, we've managed to get up to Lancaster. We're at Lancaster for the next 2 weeks, and then we're heading back towards Garstang.
Oh yeah. Actually,
The water's been horrendously low.
A narrowboat Huma Matata has said prop mates are really good for that. Do we know
yes, getting it in there.
Is that a cover? Is that like a tube?
I think it is, yeah.
Knife.
I think it's.
Oh yeah, I'd never get one of those big ones in.
No, you got to go around the corner, haven't you?
You got that much clearance above the weed hatch.
Really, that sounds.
You'd be better off doing it from back at boat, trying to get underneath it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate jumping in that canal. I've done it twice. 3 times.
He's getting a reputation for it. the canal swimmer of Lancaster.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to have to make
up then.
What's that?
Have water levels come back up where you are?
Just about. It's still about 4 inches down at the Glasson Basin. But every time they got it near enough full, the sea lock would get open, so they'd let a load of water out. It was down 2 foot at one point.
Really?
Yeah, we were sat on the bottom.
That's I know. I saw you. I think you said to me you were being stuck there. You literally sat on the bottom. Was it convenient to work, or was that? Or was it? Did it? Could you still stay on it?
Yeah, we could stay on it. Well, I was working in Chester, so it wasn't too bad. But getting in and out was, especially with little Tango, the dog. He couldn't get in and out.
Really?
Yeah. The roof. We were virtually on. The roof was virtually on a level with towpath.
Shit, but that's really low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally, Gunnell's just about at the same level. So
has it got nowhere where it's fed from? Is it not fed from anywhere? Where is it fed from?
Well, there's a bit of a conspiracy theory going on that somebody shut off the conduit, which feeds some of the system from Lock 4 down. And somebody had said that they'd shut it off on purpose. It was a bit, this conspiracy theory about.
Oh, what? Because the water levels were low, or do you think their own water levels were low and they shut it off to?
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah. So, yeah. What else have you been up to? Anything? Or
Not a lot really. I've just been working as I've got a big job. I'm in a panto as well, so decided I wasn't busy enough. So I thought I'll go and get in a
You can
panto
jump
as
in
well.
that. Is that what you had to grow your beard for?
Yeah, keeping that on.
Yeah.
So,
What part?
I've been mad busy with that, but I've got so many little bits of jobs over next month that I can get done quite quickly. So yeah, we'll give it a go.
What part are you playing in the panto? So
I'm Baron Hardup. I'm Cinderella's dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the beard to go with it. That's excellent.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh
yes, they are.
But it's cool. So yeah, that sounds you've got a lot going on, and you've had a lot on.
Yeah.
So, have you had a chance? Are you going to manage to get the boat fixed in between that, or are you going to leave it till next year now? Or
No, I'm going to get. Well, we're hoping in December to go back down to Glassendock.
Yeah.
And take her out of the water, or more on a marina for a bit. And hopefully, what we can do then is get. We're going to put a new bed in, because we have a cross bed instead of an inline bed. And we've got I've got to put in a small dinette.
Yeah.
So plenty of little jobs coming up.
Cool. That'll cool. That'll keep you busy, mate. That'll keep you busy.
Yeah.
Well, at least we can hear you now. Anyway, that's a bonus. Well, have you changed the computer, or have you on your phone?
I went onto my phone.
Did you? There's just something wrong with the microphone on your computer. So
it's had it, I think.
Anyway, we'll keep that. We'll keep it short with Sol, and then we're going to go. I'm going to have a quick whip round with a conversation about one. It's something that me and Jeff were speaking about the other day. RCR. Who's got it? Is it worth it?
I've got it. Never used it, but I wouldn't do without it.
And you're a diesel fitter, Jeff. So
yeah, no, but it's just sod's law. You're going to be stuck somewhere. Something you haven't got to do the job. How much stuff do you carry with you? So sod it. It's just a peace of mind. Yeah. And we renewed it at the show, so we got 10% discount there. And then because we had no claims bonus, we got another so much. I think it was about 200 something quid.
Yeah,
we got gold.
I went on there. It was 266 quid. I could get 5% on 5% online discount. That was it. I presume, obviously, as it goes on, it will get better. I haven't done it yet. I said to Jeff, if I'll get stuck where we are now, I'm just going to stick an outboard on it.
Yeah,
it's small enough. I'll just strap it to the back of it and and use that to get to somewhere where I can sort it out or get it home. And you've used yours quite a lot, Dave, haven't you?
Yeah, Dale's just put a comment on it comes with their insurance, JGW.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, and we had that, but what we did, we brought down 3 times in, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and a couple of days later. So we upgraded it to the silver thing, and you get a discount with being insured with GJW. So it cost us less, but it's invaluable. We've had it when we first put boat in. We had it. They replaced a gearbox on the BMC engine. They replaced the gearbox for it. Came, took it away, replaced it. They've pulled Louise off the gear.
Is it just up to £1,000? It's just up to £1,000 in it, I think.
It depends on which you have.
But I've got gold, and that replaces a fuel pump and gearbox if need be. It covers the cost of that.
If there's gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I thought gold only covered up to £1,000, but
no, it's a lot more than that.
Is it?
It covers your alternators and a lot. It's really good. I'd recommend it. if you cruise a lot, I would recommend it.
Yeah. But I suppose even if you don't cruise a lot, like Jeff, if he goes out for 2 weeks, he's on holiday for those 2 weeks. The last thing he wants to be doing is worrying
I think
about.
they recover it as well to the nearest place that they need to.
Yeah,
they send out an
tow
RAC
you and all sorts.
It's just not worth not having it. I can't see the point of not having it for the price of it. It's just a no-brainer to me.
Yeah,
I could get it doing that probably, but there's always that chance that you need something you haven't got, and then you're stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and so you haven't got it.
No, we did have it when we crossed the Ribble Link,
but
we got rescued by the RLNI, so that didn't really cost us anything.
Yeah,
but we did use it. Yeah, we got a lad out. But now we're on the Lanky. Doesn't really make any difference to us whether we have it or not. We've got a local couple of guys that we can call on for doing the engineers, you know. And if we get stuck anywhere, we just put a shout out and somebody tows us.
Right. Yeah.
To a safe spot, which is usually because it's only 42 miles the Lanky, so and there's probably about 41 of it is good for mooring on. The rest of it, you know, there's not many bits that are bad, so we can just pull onto the side, and we're fairly local, so we know where, you know, we can sort that out. But once we go back onto the network, we'll probably get RCR again.
Yeah, just to make sure that you're covered. Yeah, no, I think I will look at it. I think I will. Yeah, I might even do it while I'm out on this trip. I'll see how we go. We've got 2 weeks yet, so literally we started Thursday, and we're not mega far from Banbury already. To be fair, it's done really well. Done really well. Mrs. Warner managed to do the whole flight of Bronson Locks sitting on the back of the boat yesterday, because the boat behind us was a group of lads, and there was about 12 of them, and they said, "Oh, you don't worry, you sit there, you sit on your boat, we'll do these," and they did the whole flight and set forward. So we went through with them the whole flight. It took really quick as well, really quick. So then they stopped right at the bottom and took the boat back. We've got one of those Braunston boat hires, but they've done it for 30 years since they left school or college or something. But yeah, it was good. So I think I will go for the RCR, especially next, because a lot of the cruising we're going to be doing is going to be winter, so it'll probably pay for itself in that, just from being cold and any issues. So the other quick thing I'm going to ask, and I know that probably, I'm not sure if any of you have got one of these. I think you might have, Sol. So instant heater or calorifier or whatever it's called.
Oh, I've got a hot water tank.
You've got a calorifier, whatever it's called. Calorifier. I can never bloody say that word. So yeah. Do you always think that's a better option than an instant hot water heater?
Yeah, I do, to be honest.
Why?
It uses less energy.
But you only use what you need when you fire it up. And if you don't cruise or start your engine or use your Webasto, I just find I was just wondering, because we used to have, unless we were cruising, it was really hard to get a decent tank of hot water unless you were cruising for a long time or using the immersion heater. The Webasto used to heat it up, but not to. You'd have to run it a couple. Oh, Sol's gone. Solovsky. Oh, there he is. Whereas I find the water heater, you just literally turn it on, you've got hot water straight away. But is yours a boiler, Dave? Is it a tank?
Yeah, it's a calorifier in under front of boat.
Is it?
The advantage of them is if they plumbed into engine, it's free hot water into. Ours isn't, because ours is like 50 odd foot from engine.
Right.
But we've got like an immersion heater element in it, so you can charge it. You can heat hot water up with the immersion heater, or we run it off our boiler. So, the trouble with instant water heaters is there isn't, or I don't think there's one that you can fit now to a new boat. If you've
really?
got
Not
one
even
on,
Norco ones.
if you've got one on, you can replace it, but unless it's balance flow, you can't fit one to a boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is
So
that
you have
like
to
just
be
some
very
sort of red?
careful. You have to be very careful what you're putting on. If you've already got one on your boat, you can replace it, so long as it's been flagged up on your BSS that you've got an instant hot water. But if you're fitting new, you can't do it because it's got to be a balanced flow. So
And you
be
can't
very
achieve that on
careful.
a boat.
Be very careful. Read up on it.
Yeah, well, we got one anyway. I mean, it's an old Pomola one. It's it's the same as what we had on our old boat. We always found it all right, to be fair. Pretty bulletproof bit of kit. And I don't think we've got anywhere I could bloody put a Califry hot water tank.
I mean, if you've got one and you're happy with it, then that's great. But
yeah,
it is what it is, isn't it? It's like it's like Marmite, isn't it? You either like them or you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm easy, or I just think sometimes if you ain't been anywhere, you just want to do the washing up. You got hot water, and you ain't got to worry about turning it on. You just get it, fill the sink, fill the bowl up, and away you go. But
you just put kettle on.
Yeah, do you? Same principle, I suppose.
Yeah, it's something we couldn't do. We couldn't have an instant hot water one when I built the boat because they weren't one about the balanced flow.
Right. So it's only an older boat you get them then, obviously.
Yes.
Right. Well, that knocks that on the head for anyone. I mean, we're all right because it's already got one. So it's had one since it was new. So, yeah, I just thought I'd ask what everyone's opinion was on it. I mean, we've had both, so we just find this easier for what we use it for at the moment. But I must admit, the shower's a bit hit and miss. The shower was a little bit hit and miss with it. It either boiling hot or freezing cold, and nowhere happy in between. So luckily enough, I'm all right with boiling. I'm all right with boiling hot. So, but that's cool. Okay, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna very quickly whip round and see what everyone's gonna do for next month, and then we'll call it up. There's not been many.
Can you not read the French question? Well, I think it was French.
Yeah, I'll just block that.
What?
I don't think it was a question. I think it was junk.
No, right.
The solar dumps come up again.
The what?
Anyone have a solar dump?
I haven't seen that. Where's that?
Right one.
Where's that?
Last question or last comment.
The top one.
Oh, right, yeah. Anyone have a solar dump looking into this? I don't know. Who looked at this? Was it Sol? You looked at it, didn't you?
Yeah, I'd love one. Love one. There is an issue apparently been flagged up about if you have the 12 volt element that your solar dump uses, it brings it up, but it doesn't bring the temperature up enough, and it brings it up to a temperature which is quite good for listeria to do. But if you run the engine you'll run the engine half the amount, so maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
And it should take the temperature above that and kill off the listeria. But I've got to look into that. I'm talking to my engineer about that at the moment. So
it's just not hot enough. Just don't get hot enough. What the water?
That's apparently the thing. But it gives you that it gives you, if it gets to 50 odd degrees, 56 degrees, it doesn't take as long then to heat up. That's
Right.
the saving you're sort of getting.
You're sort of taking the edge out of it so you can get it done quicker.
Yeah,
Sort of
yeah.
Preheating almost. Preheating.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you could add something to the water to kill it off, I suppose.
I suppose you could do. Yeah, you could have a filter of some sort, or
Filter or
like ultraviolet thing.
or fit like chlorine type. There's like a chlorine tablet you can put in, I think, that can sort that out as well. But anyway, yeah, I just saw that. So yeah, we have looked at that. Well, Sol has anyway. I know he visited the solar dump shop at Crick.
Yeah,
it was quite dear though, wasn't it, as well?
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the cheapest thing in the world, I don't think. I think you're better off investing in a Recon engine first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be anyway. So that's so what you got? You got any plans this month, Jeff?
No, so we're going over on Friday night. We're stopping on it just to do a bit of tidying up, fit that fuse box, cut the grass. But yeah, basically,
right down there still. You got a wall.
It ain't broken, mate. I don't fix it.
No, are you allowed to drive on the grass still?
Yeah. As far as I know, we ain't been over there since we left it 3 weeks ago. I did see Norman the other day and said, "Is the lane still open?" He went, "Yeah."
Oh, right, that's all right.
But their water main's gone. You know the track from the gate to the first bend?
Yeah.
That's been underwater for the last month. The water main's gone. About it. So it's all when we've had all that hose pipe ban and all that. That water's been pouring out all this time.
Oh shit! Really?
They've only just come and sorted it out.
Oh, really? Bloody hell!
So the track's nearly pushed away down there, where the water's just flowing down the road.
On the corner.
Yeah, on that corner, the Harcourt Road's nearly washed away. It's been like it for a month, man. It's been pouring out water for over a month.
Really? That's terrible, isn't it?
They just ain't bothered to come and do it.
No, that's terrible.
No. Apart from that, I'm just going to have a nice week.
Nothing more going on. We're all sort of winding down for winter almost.
Yeah, I've got another generator. I need to get a carburetor for it. Robin had a generator give him. So he said, "Oh, see, we can start it." So pour some petrol on it, and the petrol just poured straight out the air filter. So I took the bowl out, and there's like the needle valve on the float.
Yeah.
I'm freaked out, but I think it's a Chinese carburetor. You can't do nothing with it. It's all sealed. There's no adjustment.
They reckon just change them, don't they? Just change them.
So I just got to find one of them. He said bin it, so I thought, well, I won't bin it. I can't find a carburetor.
What you'll probably find though on that is there's a lot of carburetors that'll be the same. It'll be the same engine, and it will use hundreds. There'll be one that will fit all of them.
It's like a trolley. It's on wheels.
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was on wheels.
You click in and you can drag it around.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to spend no money on it.
All right, yeah. Have a look.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Dave? Follow it up next month.
We are continuing our silver propeller challenge location hunt. That's where we're off to this week.
Right.
Up to Norton Keynes. I think that'll be number 18 at 20 that we've got to get. And we're going to go around to Anglesey Basin while we're up here in Birmingham. Then day out at Black Country Museum in Wolverhampton. And then bike down through bottom end of Birmingham onto the Stafford and Worcestershire. And we're going to head down to Gloucester, hopefully. Which will mean going on River Severn. So first time we've done that. So
there you go.
I don't know how long it'll take us to do that, but we want to be in and out of Birmingham this week. Well, that's one of the reasons why I have that week off.
Yeah, get it sorted, get it done.
Firstly, to get BSS done, and then in and out of Birmingham. But down at Gloucester, there's a place called Seoul Junction, believe it or not. And that's another silver propeller location. So I'm wondering if there's a lot of blokes with beards there.
Yeah, might be.
Alberts.
Doing
So,
King Herod
Yeah,
impression.
how much we'll get done? We'll get Birmingham done this week, and then obviously I've got to get that work done for BSS while we're in this area, so we haven't got to travel far.
That'd be good. It'd be interesting to see how you get on. Next month. But cool. Right, I am gonna wrap because Mrs. Warner's battery's going flat as well. So I'm gonna just whip round to Sol to quickly say what are you up to next month?
Got to finish my fireplace, fit that exhaust piece, and service the engine. That's it.
And that's it. Go back down to Glaston and try and get on a mooring.
Yeah, that's December. We can do that December.
Cool. I'm going to carry on with my holiday for the next 2 weeks. See how that goes down to Banbury and back, and then I'm going to try and get me cover fixed, and I am going to do the rewiring at some point. I'm going to do some little jobs while we're out. If we should get some spare days, we're going to go into Cropperdy in the next 2 days and stay overnight and utilize their washing machines and showers and stuff. So about 20 quid a night, and you get to use the facilities and the their laundrettes open 24/7. So we're just going to go in there and use them halfway to save us going home. We're going to use any in a village, and I will report back when we've finished. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now because it's been over an hour, I think. 1 hour, 1 minute. And thanks for everyone that's commented. We've sort of done it as we've gone along. There's been no sort of questions apart from the solar dumping. So thank you, Narrowboat, Huma Matata. Louise said that's from Lion King. Yeah, I know. Dale, thanks, Dale. Happy cruising to Dale. And thank you. I'll go around and thank Jeff from Chili Jan. Jeff, you take it easy, mate.
Yeah.
Dave from Narrowboat Changing Place, Sol from Barely Floating, and me from Life Full of Meaning. We'll see you all next month. Cheers.
See ya.